In this video, we're going to be talking about modeling, multiplying and dividing integers, but we're going to focus on using the number line as our modeling tool. So for this idea, we have to have this kind of thought about how to move on the number line. So what we'll use for moving along the number line is like a person. And the idea is the person has direction. Okay. So let's say that's my little person. And when the person is facing positive numbers, I'm going to indicate it by putting like a little baseball hat on them. And that means that they're facing the positive direction. When the person is facing the negative direction, the baseball hat would then just go the other way. All right. So now they're facing the negative direction. So there's two ways the person moves. The person can move forward or backwards. Okay. So they could be facing the positive direction or the negative direction. And then they could be moving forward or backwards. And the way it depends is they'll face the direction they face is based on the first number. So the first number gives the way the person is facing. There we go. Sorry, my computer caught up with me finally. First number, it gives us the direction. Direction they face, whether they're facing positives or negatives. Okay. The second number is going to indicate whether or not they're going to move forward or backwards. And the way the person moves is with jumps. Okay, they move as jumps. Let me do an example then. Finally, let's do something simple like 2 times 3. Okay, so those start at 0. And the idea is because the first number is positive, they're going to be facing the positive direction. So my little person is going to face the positive direction, facing this way. And times 3 is going to indicate that they're going to move forward because it's a positive 3 that we are moving by. And the 3 indicates how big of jumps we're going to make. So we're going to jump 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 again. So we're moving by 3s. So the first jump they land at the number 3, and then the second jump they land at 6. So the person is over here now, facing the positive direction at 6. So there's our final answer. 2 times 3 gives us positive 6. All right, let's try it again. Okay, so let's say we're going to do, let's do 4 times negative 2. Okay. So the first number gives us direction. Is going to be standing at 0, and they're going to be facing the positive still facing positive direction. Okay. But now, instead of moving forward, they're going to move backward 2 spaces. So they're going to make backward leaps of 2. All right. So back by 2, again, again, and again. So landing at -8 when they're done. Now you can be cute and actually like draw a little person and physically move them along the number line, these little jumps, right? But this is the best way we can indicate it right now. All right. And so our answer is -8. Okay, so then let's see what happens when maybe the first number is negative and the second number is positive. So let's do like 5 times, I'm going to keep the numbers relatively small. So here we'll do -1. Why not? There's nothing wrong with 1. 1 is a great number. Okay. So, oh, wait, I didn't actually reverse it. Lol. Okay, try again. -5. There we go. Times, now it just seems silly to do a 1 times 2. All right, times 2. I know I'm using 2 a lot. It's fine. Okay, so this time we're starting at 0. Here, I'm going to actually extend my number line just a smidge since we're kind of looking at bigger numbers now. Okay, and my person is actually going to be facing backwards this time. For the first time, they're going to face backwards. So exciting. All right. So they're facing this way. Okay. And then it says, yeah, we're going to do, oh, wait, hold on. We're going to move forward by 2s. There we go. I can do this. So we're going to do 5 of them, but we're facing the opposite direction. So we're still going to move 5 times in steps of 2, moving forward in this direction. I think I did that right. Okay. So here we go. So they're going to move since they're facing backwards, but they're moving forward into this direction in steps of 2, 5 times. 2, 4, 6, sorry, 8 and 10. Landing us at 10. And technically -10 because of the fact that they were the opposite or facing the opposite way. So they land over here. Cool. So our answer is -10. Watch the way I said that a little bit though. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's clear. The idea is still, they just face backwards and they're still going to move 5 times with steps of 2. All right. Okay, here we go. Now let's say they're both negative. Like -3, -4. Okay. So the first number is going to indicate how many times I'm going to move and what direction we're facing. So because it's negative, we're going to be facing the negative direction this way to the left. And then we're going to be moving 3 times and we're going to make 4 moves. But we're actually going to move backwards because remember, the negative in the second slot indicates a backwards movement. So this time we're actually going to move in the backwards direction. Make sure I have that big enough. Okay, I think I got that big enough. I didn't need to extend it. It's fine. Okay, backwards direction 3 times, and this time we're making jumps of 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, there's our first landing, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our second landing, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our third landing. So we end up going backwards, jumping backwards while facing the left side. And we end up landing at positive 12. Okay, so that's how we can use the number line to demonstrate multiplication. Okay, so let's look at now modeling division. With division, we have to remember that we're kind of undoing a multiplication, right? Just kind of emphasize that idea. So, how do we know that 12 let's add 2. Sorry, let me fix it. That 12 divided by 6 is 2. Well, we know that because 6 times 2 is 12. So we don't learn our division until we know our multiplication. Division is a way for us to work backwards into multiplication, right? It's a backwards, an undoing of the multiplication. Or we use multiplication to help us understand division. So when we are doing division on the number line, the way it works is this number, the first number, indicates our final result, really kind of like our final result of the multiplication. Okay, so it's where we'd like to finish. Okay, so starting at 0, and I'd like to finish at 12. That's where I'd like to end up. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so close. I almost did it perfect. I was going to be so excited. Okay, 12. Okay, so we want to end at 12, which means that's our goal, is to figure out how to get to 12. Okay, the second number indicates the size of our jumps and the direction we're going to face. So it's size of jumps. Wow, sorry, I'm writing too fast for the computer. It's having trouble keeping up with me. I'm sorry. Size of jumps. There we go. And the direction our little person is going to face. Direction facing. Okay. So because we are dividing by a positive 6, our little person is going to be facing to the right. Okay, so their little hat is going to indicate that they are facing to the right. Okay, so there they go. And then they're going to take jumps of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get to 12. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, I actually had it right the first time. Oh, I'm so mad. I was like, that jump looks too big. Haha, I was right the first time. Don't doubt yourself, Allison. 12. Okay, there we go. So our little guy ends up over here. And the answer is then how many jumps it took to get to 12. Okay, so because it took 2 jumps, 2 indicates our jumps. And because we are facing to the right, it's a positive 2. All right, it's facing a positive 2. All right, so here, let's try another one. Maybe starting with a negative. So let's say we have negative 8 divided by negative, or sorry, just 4. All right, so here we go. 8 is going to indicate where we're going to end up, or sorry, negative 8 is going to end up, indicate where we're going to end up in the negatives here. Okay, so I'd like to get to negative 8. Okay, we're going to be taking steps or jump sizes of 4. All right, and because 4 is positive, that indicates then that we are going to be facing forward. Now, facing forward in this case, though, actually means that my little guy is going to be going this way, because that's facing forward to negative 8. So he's looking at the negative 8. So therefore, as my little guy jumps, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 again, he lands, forward jumps, going towards the -8. Okay, so how many jumps did that take? Well, it took 2 jumps, but my guy is actually facing left, the negative direction. So my final answer is -2. So 2 for how many jumps he took. So I should have labeled that up here. 2 jumps. Then the actual direction that the guy is facing in the end gives us the sign. So the way he's facing, whether it's right or left, is going to indicate whether it's positive or negative. So up here, actually here, maybe I should word that better. So here he's facing right. So he's +2. Here they're facing left. So we got -2. Okay, so this, when I'm talking about which way it's facing based on the divisor, direction facing, we're talking about the direction of which way it's going towards the number. So if the number happens to be in the negative direction and we say it's facing that number, it's going to jump forward, we need to actually orient the little guy so that they're jumping forward. Okay. Okay, so here, let's try. Let's do -6 divided by -2. Okay. Okay. So for this one, we need to be going to -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's where we want to end up. We're going to be making jumps of size 2 to get there. But our little person is going to be facing or jumping backwards. So that's what the negative on the 2 means. So the little, sorry, I did him in red. And that is unacceptable because he has been done in black the whole time. The hat was red, Allison. Okay, so in this case, he's facing away from the 6 and going to be jumping backwards. Okay, so we're going to make backwards jumps of 2. 1, 2, 3. And we ended up with 3 total jumps. But because the little guy is facing forward, or I'm sorry, facing to the right, our final answer is a +3. So took 3 jumps to get there. 3. All right. Okay. So hopefully we understand how the number line works.